Okay, so I realized that I cannot expect to not look like a complete lunatic when I tell people about the reality of a place called Bohemian Grove, which is located here in Northern California. This is a place where for many decades now, men in very high political standing, such as your presidents, that includes Bush Sr. and Jr. and many presidents who preceded them, and other people, leaders in big industry, big corporate business heads, people like this, okay, they all gather and convene at this special men's-only club in Bohemian Grove. It's called the Bohemian Club. Okay, so what do these presidents and former presidents and big corporate heads and leaders, heads of state, what do these people do at the men's only gathering at Bohemian Grove once a year? Oh, nothing much really. They just sit around drinking and watching a ritual involving men in red hooded cloaks on a stage in the forest in front of a huge 40-foot owl named Molech. Look that up in your Bible. While a little boat is then ferried in across a lake. You see, because the stage is on one side of the lake and the bleachers where all of the bigwigs are observing this is across the lake. So they ferry in this little boat across this lake, and the boat is ferried in by a person in a black hooded cloak who looks a lot like the Grim Reaper. Yeah. Okay, so what is this Grim Reaper dude ferrying in? Oh, nothing much. It's just a human effigy, which is then placed upon an altar up on the stage where the red hooded cloak guys are, with all of your presidents watching this. They put it up on the altar, and then the main guy starts chanting some really weird shit about dull care and tossing your dull care to the wind, and I don't know. But they light the effigy on fire, and then they all clap. Call me crazy, but something's wrong with that. Okay. How in the world do you explain to people that there really is a plan by the global elite, otherwise known as the Illuminati? They are planning to exterminate a large portion of the world's population because they want what remains of the Earth's resources for them and their future generations. How do you explain to people that there is a eugenics program in place, and it has been in place for a very long time? It's been in place for decades with soft kill weapons that create disease, while their big pharmaceutical companies come up with a variety of drugs to make us feel better, and they make billions of dollars every year. Problem, reaction, solution. I try to explain problem, reaction, solution, but so many just aren't listening. They don't want to know about it. They don't want to hear about it, even though it affects them and their children directly, and has been for a very long time. Problem, reaction, solution. Basically, they caused the crisis, 9/11, which then creates the reaction, which is us, and the reaction was fear. And then they come up with the solution. Can you say the Patriot Act? Now just think about what the Patriot Act has done to our American way of life, what it has done to the Constitution, what it has done to our freedoms. That, in a nutshell, is the solution. But it's not for our good, okay? It's for their benefit, to further their agenda. And believe me, there is an agenda. Okay, so you can imagine how it makes me look to spout off all of this outrageous and completely unbelievable and seemingly unrealistic stuff, these concepts like global depopulation, when someone could easily argue, well, why would they do that to us? Who would be left to do all of the grunt work? Who would be left to do the slave work? They need us. This is their argument, okay? This is the argument against me when I try to broach these topics. To which I usually reply with an even more outrageous, unbelievable, and seemingly unrealistic remark, which is confusing even for me. You see, these people are so evil and sick and demon-possessed that they don't even realize the ramifications of their own doing. They really don't. Because I really believe that they are controlled by forces from realms unseen to the human eye. Kind of like puppets on a string, they are controlled by demonic forces, and they are literally fulfilling the very pages of biblical prophecy. Okay, so how do you think it goes over when you try to tell your friends and family that there are over 800 concentration-style camps, prison camps, FEMA camps, strewn throughout the entire United States, including Alaska? They're all empty, but they're guarded. That usually goes over like a turd in a punch bowl. How do you explain to people that these FEMA prison camps are not for federal and state prison overflow? Nor are they for illegal aliens, as some have suggested, but that they are actually for American citizens. Para ti, para mí. It's going to be a gulag right here in America. And that doesn't register for them. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to look at it. And I guess it's just easier to turn away from me and shun me like I have 3 heads or some kind of disease.